What's up again, YouTube friends? Got the Yamaha here. In the last video, I got it cleaned up and got it to start for the first time, and I don't know. Last sticker on it was 2002, so don't know if it ran past that. But cleaned up the engine a little bit after taking that last video. So now I want to take this cover back off the intake and get into removing the carbs. Couple bolts tight on there. Pull this cover off. Okay, so let's see what we got to do to remove these carbs. Okay, just as I thought, with the screens off, you can see there's a few bolts that hold this piece onto the top of the carburetors, and I don't know if they go all the way through to the bottom. We'll see that when we get this piece off. Okay, so I got all the nuts off. One of them kind of fell right down here. Hopefully it doesn't fall any further, because another one fell down there too. So let me try to pull this up. Got the throttle cables disconnected, fuel lines. Let's see. All right. There we go. Triple carburetor set up. Okay guys, in the shop and on the workbench, gonna go ahead and open one up and see what it looks like. One of them, all of them, it'll tell us the story. The fuel comes in here and exits here. So this is your inlet. There's a pump that sits right here that I had to take off. So fuel comes in, fuel goes back out to the tank. So we'll look in this first carb and get a look and see what we come up with, see what it looks like. Hey guys, so I let this soak for a little bit, pulled it off, and now I can see the main and pilot jet here. So it's a good thing I didn't start it up, because that stuff, that little trash and corrosion down there would have gone right into the main jet, maybe into the pilot jet, but we're good to go. We did the right thing. We pulled the carbs off. That's why I did it the way that I did it. When I initially tried to start it, going in through the top of the carb with gas in each carb and a little bit of oil, same thing in the cylinders, because I didn't want to take a chance of running any fuel from my auxiliary tank or from the main tank into the carburetor, mixing up this trash and clogging up the jets, causing a lean condition. So that's why I did it the way I did it, and I'm super glad, because that stuff is nasty. But I'm going to go through each carb one by one and clean them up, replace the software in them, make sure everything is going properly, and I'm going to replace all the fuel lines in between the carbs, feeding the carbs to the fuel pump, and the return back to the tank. So that's what I'm going to work on next. On the bench, got them disassembled. So all the pieces laid out. You can tell all the O-rings and diaphragms in it are, yeah, super crunchy. So new kits to install. Next step is cleaning these up, install the new kits, put it back onto the ski, and let's see how it runs on the hose before we take it out on the water. Try to get it dialed in, make sure the carbs are set up right. Definitely not going to change these springs, don't want to change the pop-off pressure, but I will test that, try to test that when I get them all reassembled. I also have the fuel pump disassembled right here, so I'm either going to clean that up and reassemble it or purchase a new one. So we're going to, like I said, get this stuff cleaned up and reassembled back on the ski and see how it does. Okay, all three carburetors are cleaned up, and I've already assembled the first one. So I got the pieces and parts laid out nice and clean to assemble the last two carburetors. So one of the things I want to say, if y'all have never done this before, make sure you have everything clean, laid out. Compare your old software with whatever you get in the new kits. Sometimes there's going to be a lot of extra parts. When they do come with extra springs, so this spring right here controls your pop-off pressure. Focus, there you go. So try not to change that spring unless you want to go through setting up the pop-off pressure on your carb again. Leave that spring alone, leave it in place, reuse the old one unless it's falling apart or something like that. So very important. But have everything nice and clean and laid out, and I'm going to go ahead and install these last two carbs, and I'll go ahead and shoot one while I'm putting it together. And reassemble this last one for y'all. And Should go pretty quick. So if you've never been in one of these carburetors before, they go together really easy. Go ahead and put that down in there. Have 2 jets. Main and a pilot. Go ahead and tighten these up in place. Nice and snug. You don't have to crush them down, just make them nice and snug. Put this piece on here. Make sure you have this little flap on. Already did that off camera. So put these screws on here. Snug them up. All right, so I got to put an O-ring on this here on my seat. All right, new O-ring is on. Go ahead and put that in place. Went in nicely. Okay, I got the pop-off spring here. That goes right down in here. Don't want to change this pop-off spring. So leave that alone. I know the kit is going to come with a new one, but leave it alone. You don't want to mess around with pop-off pressure. Go back with the old one. Put this retainer in. Screw to hold it in place. All right, now we can drop our needle valve in. Now, being as old as this ski is, I'm sure that it's been apart before. I could tell by, if you look at that head of that screw, I didn't do that. That was already previously damaged. So they've definitely been into before. So I'm not sure if someone has changed this pop-off spring, but I may have to check the pressure, the pop-off pressure, and find out. So that's very critical on these carbs. You don't want to go messing with it if you don't have to. And this screw right here is not the original screw. But it works nice and snug. So go back and check everything, make sure you have it nice and snug. Put the new diaphragm on. So nice. Make sure that the needle valve is actuating, and put the cover over it. Screws in place. I've cleaned all these threads as well. All right. These should be nice and tight. Don't over tighten them. Just nice and snug. Okay. Flip over. All right, this is where the fuel comes into the carb. So we're going to put new fuel filter in here. So these screens, they'll clog up really easily if you have junk in your tank or in your line. So it's always good to have a good fuel filter in line before going into the carburetors. So everything's nice and clean. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Put the hardware in. Okay, make sure everything's nice and tight, but not too tight. There we go. So there you have it. All 3 carburetors cleaned inside, outside, new software installed. So with all 3 carburetors overhauled, fresh coat of paint on them and some new fuel lines, only thing left to do is put it on the ski. So I got a fuel can hooked up to this thing with some pre-mix gas in it already, and I've poured some 2-stroke oil down the throat of the carbs and turned it over. So got a little bit of oil here, and this one here, this oil injector right here on the carburetor actually started putting out some oil where the other 2 haven't yet. So that's just cranking it over. Now let's go ahead and put the intake cover back over it. All right, got the intake cover back over it. Fuel right here, running to the carbs, to the fuel pump, and I got the hose hooked up. I'm gonna go ahead and try to start it, see what it does. So let it run for more than just a couple seconds like I did in the first video. I do want to pull out the fuel tank. There is some sludge down in the very bottom, kind of hard to see, but there's a little bit of sludge left over from some residue of some old fuel. So I want to get the fuel tank pulled out and replace the lines. I've already done the lines on the carburetors themselves and the return line going to the tank, but this is the line that I'm actually going to use to feed the carbs from the fuel tank once I pull out the tank and get it cleaned up. So let's hit the button and see what this thing does. I would say that's a success. Runs pretty good. Definitely want to clean out that fuel tank, like I said, run new lines to it, and then we can actually go do a water test in the next video. So hope y'all enjoyed that, learned something from it, whatever. So that's it. Until next time, when y'all come join me back for part 3, I'm gonna remove this tank. Like I said, do a water test hopefully. So thanks again for watching. Y'all have a good one.